let's break down a push-up. This is such a common exercise, but very often done wrong. So we're going to think about all the details that make up the exercise. First of all, we're going to make sure that our shoulders are set down and long. We want to try and engage our lats. And the angle of press is going to be approximately 45 degrees. Now, often you'll see people doing push-ups like this, like this. So if you do a push-up properly here, it's a narrow push-up. If you do it properly here, it's a wide push-up. Standard push-up is here, 45 degrees. It's going to give you the best angle of flow for the shoulder, and we're going to get more activation of the lats. So you've got more muscles supporting you in the press. When you're not used to doing it correctly, this might feel challenging because you're not used to recruiting the right muscles. When we get into our push-up position, we want to think of it as a whole body movement. We're going to set the shoulders down, we're going to brace the lats, we're going to find engagement of our core. Our hands are going to be back a little bit back behind the shoulders, and then you're going to tuck your butt in and squeeze your abs. So you're thinking of pulling up and in here and squeezing the butt down, locking out those legs. This will feel a little easier also if you have the feet are slightly wider than the hips. From here, elbows are tracking diagonally behind, lowering to the floor and coming up. So notice that my chest comes down and touches, but there's no movement through my hips and my lower back. Now, where this goes wrong is usually we go into taking into the traps, squeezing like this, and see, I lose tension through the core as well. Also, we see these ones, okay? Don't want to see any of that. Always working to a level where we can control full range of motion to the floor. So even if you can do it to here, I'm not training the strength that's required to be able to get a full rep of a push-up. So ways that I can scale this, if I'm not going to do an incline push-up, is I'm going to keep the knees on the floor. Don't cross the legs, just keep them about hip-width apart. You're going to tuck the butt and squeeze. So now I'm in a plank position on my knees. From here, I'm going to do the exact same motion I did on my feet. So I'm going to send those elbows back diagonally, lowering the chest to the floor and coming up. Again, notice I'm not breaking at the hips. I'm not losing tension in my core, okay? Now, if I can do that with control, and it doesn't feel as hard, but I can't get myself back up from a push-up on my knees or on my toes. An option is an eccentric push-up. So you can bring your feet a little wider, squeeze your butt. You're going to lower all the way down to the bottom. Now, before I collapse, I put the knees down and I push up from the knees. This is a great progression if you are starting to build strength. You're getting closer to getting a full push-up, but you don't have the strength fully to be able to push yourself all the way up yet. Or if you've gotten to the point where you can do a few reps of full push-ups, but then you start to fail before you get to the number that you're working for. So say you're aiming for 8 to 12 reps, but you can only do 4 push-ups. Then you do 4 full, and then you finish the set with eccentrics. So we're still loading that position, but we're just making those last few reps a little bit easier.